This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Hello, I'm Justin Pizzera with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. More human remains are turning up at Lake Mead as water levels fall to historic lows. The National Park Service responded to a call about remains found in the Swim Beach area. This was at least the fourth time human remains have been found at Lake Mead. Those critically low water levels are impacting us here in Arizona. The Bureau of Reclamation is now declaring a Tier 2 shortage for the Colorado River next year. So what does that mean? Steep cuts for Arizona. The state will lose 21% of its water rights. This will impact farmers in central Arizona greatly. This is the first ever Tier 2 shortage, but marks the second year of cuts in a row. Arizona and Nevada will have cuts. California will not because of previous legislation. It is projected that Lake Mead's water level will fall below 1,050 feet come January. Imagine testing for the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. A company in California is asking for FDA approval for a self-test that will diagnose the flu and COVID-19. It's a nasal swab test, and results could happen in as little as 11 minutes. The results could help prevent spreading it in public.
You won't be coming into their office infectious. It'll be better for society. You know, I'll confess my behaviors in the past were to still go to work even with the flu. I don't think I'll do that anymore.
The device is approved in Canada, and if it's approved here, it will likely cost about $75. Mesa is now accepting pre-applications for the Housing Choice Voucher Program. The process started today. The city will place 4,000 pre-applications on the waiting list. You have to apply online by August the 30th. To learn more about your eligibility requirements, you can go to mesaaz.gov. If you're looking for a new home, the owner of 72 Sold tells us Queen Creek, Buckeye, and Maricopa are the buyer's market right now. He says he expects it to stay that way for at least the next 6 months. And right now, the housing market is cooling off and more buyers are having second thoughts. New data shows more than 17% of builder contracts fell through in July. That's up from 8% in April. Cancellation rates are even higher in the Southwest at 25%. Analysts say the increase is because some buyers no longer qualify for mortgages with those interest rates going up. We are now learning the city of Phoenix is getting more than $16 million to replace old city buses with new electric ones. The money will also go to adding bus charging infrastructure and for staffing to maintain those EV buses. The federal funding comes from the infrastructure law passed earlier this year. The new buses are expected to hit the road in 2024. We are about 180 days away from Super Bowl 57 taking over State Farm Stadium, and already hotels in Glendale are getting booked out. So if you do a quick search online, you can see hotels around the stadium are sold out. And as you go out just a little bit further, rooms are going for big bucks. Visit Phoenix says this will help generate millions of dollars in tax revenue.
We like to think of it as it could be potentially the biggest site visit for our destination.
Hosting the big game is going to take a lot of manpower. Super Bowl host committee says that they need about 5,000 volunteers for their welcome crew.
Time for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. That storm threat going up across Arizona, including here in the valley, with a chance for afternoon and evening storms across our state. And for the valley, that chance goes up by the evening commute. Storms are more likely again across northern Arizona, developing through the afternoon into the evening. Watch for heavy downpours and areas of flooding and strong winds, and of course that dangerous lightning too. As you look at Futurecast, you'll notice those storms get going across northern Arizona through the afternoon. And then we're going to have to watch those storms to our north and east as they look to potentially move into the Phoenix area just in time for that evening drive, sometime around 5 to 6 o'clock here this evening, and then continuing to track towards the southwest after that. Overnight things wind down, but we'll see another chance for storms tomorrow. Same setup with storms coming off the mountains and into the valley. A high of 105 today in Phoenix. Lake Havasu tops out at 108 and will reach the 70s in Flagstaff, low 80s in Show Low. Temperatures are going to be dropping big time by the end of the week and into the weekend. We're looking for highs in the 90s as storm chances increase.
Get another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at ABC15.com or by downloading the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.